Would you say he's an MVP candidate, Saquon Barkley?
I would say he's the MVP.
You would say he's the MVP. Okay.
Yeah, I hate that the MVP has become this quarterback award. Like, let's just do a
I mean, it's
separate
always
award.
really been like that. Like the
Nah, I
last
think it's
40
gotten
years, yeah.
worse. I think it's gotten worse. I think last year they really fucked up. I think last year giving it to Lamar when he had pedestrian stats, like no, Tyreek Hill or Christian McCaffrey definitely should have got the MVP last year.
Welcome to Hits and Hoops. I'm Tyler, running point today on today's episode, and I'm joined by my pick and roll partner, Dixon. What's good?
What's poppin', my G?
Today we're going to be tackling the NFL Week 13. There might be another deal with the devil. We're going to talk a little bit of NFL MVP, along with me coming to a moment where I am worried about our Miami Heat, and it's even deeper than that. And then lastly, we're going to get into a quick review on Kendrick's new album, GNX. But before I get started, Dixon, make sure to like, subscribe, share on YouTube, IG, TikTok, Spotify, and Apple. Numbers have been going up every week, so we want to thank the audience. That's what's up. Appreciate y'all. Dixon, let's talk about the Chiefs a little bit. Because at this point, there's people on this podcast that
Hey,
think there's some supernatural activity going on. Did the Chiefs make a deal with the devil?
the Chiefs did something, fam. The Chiefs made a deal with somebody, someone, somewhere, some force beyond man. Like, this is getting absurd. This is the difference with the Patriots. All right, look, I told you. It's the old dynasty and the new dynasty. It was rigged back then, it's rigged now. The difference with the Patriots is they made sure they got the ball back, always at the end. And then it was in Brady's hands who would win the game or not. And most times he would win.
Sounds familiar.
It sounds rational. You know what I'm saying? If you're actually gonna do a script, that sounds like the best way to do it. With the Chiefs, it's gotten to the point where they don't even need the ball in the final seconds to win the game on a game-winning play. You know what? Let's just go week by week, please. Week one, I'm gonna take you back September. I'm gonna take you back to the beginning. We were young pups in the season.
Mhm.
Game one, opening night, actually. Chiefs versus Ravens. Isaiah likely toe on the line, game tying touchdown. Nothing controversial about it. Very close to being in,
Of course.
but game of centimeters.
That's the NFL version of the KD on the line with Brooklyn against Milwaukee.
That's fine. Totally fine. We accept that. Week two, the second game was actually versus the Bengals. Joe Burrow and them boys. That game was 25-26. Chiefs won. That game, if you remember, Bengals, game winning drive. Or no, Chiefs, game winning drive. Third down, boom, boom play. What gets called pass interference. I remember
Bro,
coming on the podcast. Hold on.
go ahead. Cook chef, go ahead.
I remember coming on the podcast and saying this, and you said it was PI. You can see it.
You said it also. You admitted to it. Remember this.
Okay, but I'm just playing you through the in-game live moments that happen, even if afterwards we reviewed it and could tell otherwise.
Okay. Continue on.
In the game live action, it was a bang bang call. Yeah, when you
But
slowed
you
it
know,
down.
you wanted it to be a bang bang call. He PI'd
I
it. What are you
saw I
talking
saw
about?
the game and I text everyone immediately because I knew it was a bang bang call. It could have been called either way. But once you
Okay.
slow it down and put in 40x slow-mo HD 5K, yeah, you can see it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, game three. Like I said, we in the A. Kirk Cousins and them boys. Chiefs win 22-17. This is officially when things start getting weird. Week one, toe on the line, nothing. Week two, bang bang, a PI. It was a PI. Week three is officially when things start getting weird. Kirk Cousins, game winning drive. Kyle Pitts, end zone, red zone, fourth down. I mean, I don't even think it's a game winning drive, but it's in the fourth quarter at some point. Pivotal drive. I think they ended up settling for three. Had Kyle Pitts on a third down. Clear PI call or supposed to be PI on the Chiefs. Or let's not even say clear, but it was as clear as the Bengals Chiefs. Like when you saw it in slow mo, when you saw the review, when you saw it happen, you knew what it was. Didn't get called. You can admit that one was a PI, right?
I don't remember. To be honest, man, I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't remember. I'm
so
I'm not.
you only remember the ones that went in favor for.
No, the one that we argued about. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, but I don't, bro. I've watched so much football. It all blends in now. Like
I
maybe
know.
some moments, yeah,
I just been studying this team like a mad
but
scientist.
you're
So
looking for it. That's the
I'm
problem, though,
not
bro.
looking for it. I'm just giving you a sequence. Look, right now I'm just giving you
Okay, go ahead,
facts.
go ahead, go ahead, go
Right
ahead.
now I'm just giving you facts.
Okay, week four, go ahead.
Week 3, that happened.
I'm not gonna say
Everyone,
no on that though, like because I don't remember.
everyone knew, everyone saw. Week 4, Chargers versus the Chiefs. They won 17-10, another close game. Next week, easily took care of the Saints 26-13. That's week 5. Now we go to week 6. Easily take care of the Niners 24-18. Now it gets weird. Chiefs versus the Raiders. The first time.
Yeah,
What happened in that game?
is that the block field goal? No, that's the Broncos. The block field goal is the Broncos.
The block field goal was the Broncos. That Chiefs barely won that game 27-20. Next week, final overtime.
The Bucks.
Oh, I remember, but I remember some of these. I remember I was sending you stuff too. I
Hmm.
think one of these, I think the Bucks Chiefs 24-30, the OT winner.
Yeah, the Kareem Hunt ran it in.
This was supposed to be a false start. I
Okay.
think at some point the Chiefs on like a game winning drive, it was a clear false start, didn't get called. The next week versus the Broncos. That's when you knew the deal was for sure.
But bro, the special teams made an incredible play. How? What are you talking about? The special, bro. How many this year block field goals are? Less than 10.
Yeah, but
But now
not in the
what? What do you think
sequence, not
happened?
in the sequence of these games. I get you. It was an amazing play, but when you put it in this sequence, it just makes it like, what the fuck?
Okay, continue on. You're dead wrong about that, but continue on.
Got the Bills next. Clean officiated game. Superior opponent. Got handled. Then you got the Chiefs versus the Panthers. I remember there was some controversy in this game too.
No, Panthers almost won.
Chiefs won, ended up winning 30-27. There was something in this game too. I need to do a whole PowerPoint with this shit. And then last week, day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday was versus the Raiders, and that was the botched fumble.
Yeah, how are you gonna blame? Did the refs move the ball with their eyes, or what are you talking about? It's the Raiders, and you're over here
So what
thinking
happened here? What happened here?
no, the Raiders had the ball to win the game and beat Mahomes at his game, and O'Connell didn't look. The snap was botched, and bro, we saw 3 or 4 games Tua do that last year. That exact shit. They're winning close games, bro. That's all it is. I really don't see. I don't see what you see. I really don't. And this is
Hey.
this is what you thought about the Warriors for so long. I'm telling
No,
you.
this is different. No, this is different.
I'm telling you.
This is different. Trust me, bro. The Warriors were clearly superior. The Chiefs got some kind of voodoo, some kind of black magic, some kind of different type of shit going on. They're barely scraping by winning these games, whether that's luck, whether that's skill, whether that's a special play, whether that's a referee assist, whether that's Taylor Swift. The way they're getting by and winning these games is
I always
ridiculous.
forget about that. You always...
It's actually crazy. Like, what are they? 10-1 now?
No, I think 11-1.
11-1. This is a super suspect 11-1 team. Super suspect 11-1 team. Just went down to the wire versus the Raiders and the Panthers. Remember that. Remember the opponents that they're playing. So I'm just saying the way that they're barely getting by, like I said, with the Patriots and Brady got it done in the end. He got the ball, but with this team, it's like it doesn't matter how. You could have the ball in the end, about to beat them. That deal gonna come up. Whatever deal they made, hey, whatever forces are at play, they gonna start working. I'm gonna come back with the full. Once the season's over, I'll come back with the full. I'll do my homework and come back with the full season review.
I look forward to that. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a few games in there that I definitely know some shit went down. I just don't remember specifically.
All right, going on to the next game, and to me was the best game of the weekend. Eagles Ravens, Battle of the Titans.
Yes,
What did you see in this game? What did you see, and what did you like and not like from these teams?
that was a phenomenal game. Battle of the Giants, battle of, two modern running quarterbacks. What I learned a lot of things, mostly about the Eagles.
Yeah,
That defense is elite. Could say it now. That defense is elite. They got three elite white boys out there. It's insane. Two in the secondary and one in linebacker, including the rookie. So they've been going crazy. Fangio, I know you hate to admit it, but he got that defense super turned up.
you have no idea how much I hate it. You have no idea.
But I feel like he had our defense really well last year as well, and then the guys just turned on him. But I really liked what he was doing with the defense. I thought, for a large part of last year, when the offense wasn't showing up, defense was there. But yeah, he's been doing great. He's completely turned that defense around, and specifically how they play Lamar Jackson, the style in which they played him. They copied that from Pittsburgh. They did the style where it's like, all right, we're gonna let you throw. We're gonna make you exclusively a pocket passer, make you beat us that way. And he wasn't able to beat them. What did you think about the game though?
I thought I thought the Ravens should have won that game. The thing about the Ravens now, because I think their defense is a little suspect. The thing with them is their secondary. It's not, it does, it's at best average, at best. And
Yeah,
that might hold them back. But what's really going to hold them back is Justin Tucker.
thank you, brother.
At
The
this
reason they
point,
lost that game, the reason they lost that game, I know Saquon MVP, Jalen Hurts, all that shit. The reason the Ravens lost that game versus the Eagles is Justin Tucker.
yeah, they left 7 points on the board. I
And
mean,
it's different. Like when you look back at the stat sheet, you're like 7 points. It ain't much. When you're watching the game, when you're in the game, the momentum swing from missing a close field goal, when you already have the pressure of all year long, this thing building up, this like dark cloud over you that you're missing field goals, total momentum shifter. And the Eagles definitely capitalized off that. But
the
yeah, it's
the
Justin Tucker.
the missed field goal, because that was the first kick, that was alarming because he hit it with the dun,
Yeah.
and
And
then
then
the other.
even the extra point, that was like,
That's what I mean.
whoa.
The extra point, like his first kick. I
Right,
meant to say his
right,
first kick of the game. Yeah,
right. But hold on, if the Ravens are serious about making a playoff push, hold on, listen to me, Baltimore. Y'all serious about making a playoff push for real, for real? Like this year? Hey, sometimes the toughest decisions are the right ones. Gotta bench JT or let him go. I mean, what else you have to see? And it's getting critical. Like y'all really can't afford that many more losses. Pittsburgh's on y'all ass. Baltimore, if y'all really want to make a deep run this year, you're gonna have to let Tucker go. Get someone else in there. I'm sorry.
it's kind of like how, remember. I don't know if you remember, but when Vinatieri was sliding out the league, he started
Yes.
missing a few, but he looked like a dad. It was like all gray, and it was cool to see him at the end of his career. But it's kind of like that, and you could just, to me, it's like, yo, he's the best kicker of all time, Justin Tucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is, and he did it for a long time. And to see how much of a mental game kicking is, this is a prime example of it right now.
And look, if you really pay attention to the game, you know that like kickers fall off like this. It's just like magnified because it's Justin Tucker, it's the Ravens, but normally like kickers at the end of their career, it's just one or two seasons and that's it. Like they fall off the cliff pretty quick. And I don't really understand like the whole physics behind it or the mental part, but that's
I
definitely
think
happening to him.
kicking is like 40%, 50% mental. I believe
Yeah.
that. Going back to what you said about Saquon, I think he is the key to how far this team can go. Because if teams like this, teams that are, what are they, 10-2 now? Eagles, 10-2, 9-2. Teams like that, they have that back that can end a game. And that's what Saquon did.
And they have that identity. The difference between them and the Ravens, they're not scared of who they are. They're not
Hmm.
ashamed of who they are. They're
Hmm.
physical. They ground and pound. They'll give it to him 25 plus times. Like what the Ravens supposed to be doing with Henry. If they weren't so concerned about making Lamar MVP and, giving Lamar all the stats, they could be doing something similar. But hey, my Super Bowl pick, the Eagles. In the beginning of the season, it
For
was
sure.
looking a
Yeah.
little
Good call.
murky. It was looking a little murky.
Yeah.
I stayed on the bandwagon. I fuck with Philly. I got mad Philly ties
Yo, all four of our like both of our predictions are both on
on
pace.
point.
Yeah, both on pace right now. But
Our predictions, which is you had the Lions versus the Ravens,
yeah,
and I had the Chiefs versus the Eagles.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's like top five right there, at least.
I mean, the reason I picked the Eagles this year is just because like I believe in Hurts and I believe in the coach. As crazy as he is, I do believe in him.
Hmm. Still talking about Philly and talking about the MVP right now. Would you say he's an MVP candidate? Saquon Barkley.
I would say he's the MVP.
You would say he's the MVP. Okay.
Yeah, I hate that the MVP has become this quarterback award. Like, let's just do a
I mean, it's
separate
always
award.
really been like that. Like the
Nah, I
last
think it's
40
gotten
years, yeah.
worse. I think it's gotten worse. I think last year they really fucked up. I think last year giving it to Lamar when he had pedestrian stats, like no, Tyreek Hill or Christian McCaffrey definitely should have got the MVP last year. Just like this year, Barkley or even Henry should get it. Is it
Hmm.
gonna happen? I don't know. You telling me they have to break a 50-year-old all-time record to get MVP for one season? When Lamar Jackson, he did what last year? He
But
beat a bunch of good
hey,
teams, and
remember
that's all
LJ
he
does it
did. He
on the
beat a
ground
bunch
though.
of good teams. It's a team sport. So why is he getting awarded for that? They killed the MVP award. They whitewashed it like crazy.
Okay. So I just wanna talk this out with you, right? Because I think I've made a case for and against Barkley winning MVP. Right now through 12 games, you're gonna love this because it's a lot of stats. Through 12 games, Barkley is 1499 and 11 touchdowns. That's really good, right? That's he's the best in the league right now.
14.99 already?
1499, 11 touchdowns. In the air,
Oh my
he has
God.
267 and two touchdowns. So combining that, he has 1766 all-purpose yards plus 13 touchdowns, right? That's really good, right? That's
That's already
awesome.
an all-pro season right there.
That's awesome. Yes, yes. So taking those stats and or taking those averages and making them finish the season, right? Through 17 games. It ends 22-30 all-purpose yards and 18 touchdowns. I mean, an all-time season by Barkley from the running back, from just the running back position, right? There's some other players, and I really love this list doing the research on this because a lot of these players are when we grew up. These are our guys. CJ2K did it in '06. You remember that. 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns.
Most all-time scrimmage yards in a
No,
season.
no MVP. He didn't win MVP. That's a
But the
that's a
team,
bet.
hold on, but the team was ass.
The team was asked, yes.
Yes.
Marshall Faulk did it in '99 with 2,121 touchdowns. That's
Damn.
that's that's what is it? The
Kurt Warner and them boys.
Kurt Warner, Isaac
The greatest
Bruce,
show on turf.
greatest show on turf. LT, shout out LT,
Did he win? Wait,
2,300
wait, wait.
third LT 2006, 2,300 yards, 31 touchdowns.
He won?
Right.
Yes. But he did set a record. 30 he had he still has the all-time rushing touchdown record.
Yeah, that was crazy. You remember
I'm
that.
so glad we got to live that. I saw everything. Thank you, LT.
Priest Holmes in '03, Jamal Charles in '06.
They didn't get the MVPs though.
No. Barry Sanders in '97. And the last non-quarterback MVP, AP in 2012. He had 2,300 yards and 13 touchdowns. They went
Yeah,
10 and
he's
6.
no, he's single-handedly carried that team.
They went 10 and 6.
My thing is,
Do you compare any of that to what he's doing right now in Saquon?
for sure.
Because if he ends with those stats, I think he has a great argument. And his team is, say they continue on what they're
It's
doing,
the
a
team
top four
thing. So
team.
let's say they're the one or second best seed in the NFC. That's huge. They're not going to
Yeah,
get the MVP to a scrub team. We know that. So they got to be one or two seed, and you have to look at the impact.
for sure.
So you have to look at before and after Saquon. Completely different team, completely different identity, completely different results. That is what makes him the MVP. The impact, the team success, and then obviously the personal stuff.
So if he can, to me, because to me, I think the opposite of what you think with the MVP when it comes to MVP. I think it's either Lamar or Josh Allen right now because of the turnovers are so low, the just being so effective, and they do it on the ground. They do it on the ground. Lamar really does it on the ground. Pause. But to me,
Yeah,
it's
but they're
either
not having great
no, not
seasons,
as
not
not
even
as
by their own standards.
yeah, they are. They are. It's the ground game that makes them so different. You can run and pass and score touchdowns in
But even the ground,
both avenues.
they're not getting close to breaking no records.
It's not
On
about breaking
ground,
records though. It's about
but
how valuable are to your team, and you're a top three team, two team in the league. That's exactly what the award should be. Now, having said that, if Barkley gets to those numbers that his averages, the 2,200 18 touchdowns, he definitely should win. He definitely should win it.
okay, most valuable player. Yeah, if we take it like in a literal sense, you're right. But if we take it in a literal sense, it's always going to be a quarterback because that's the most important position.
But the problem, well, not the
So let
problem,
I think the MVP, my personal opinion, the MVP should be best season. The person with the best season. I don't know how you call that. I don't necessarily would say most valuable, but that's how I would reward it.
but I mean, he's gonna win Offensive NFC Player of the Year. He's gonna win that. That's a lock.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a lock in the NFC for sure.
For
So
sure.
if Barkley could finish out the season as he's playing right now, because I would say right now it's either Josh Allen or Lamar. But if he could finish with these numbers, I
Josh
think
Allen
he should do it. He should do it.
Josh Allen or Barkley. Don't do that Lamar talk anymore. They're
No,
eight and five.
Lamar on the ground. It, bro,
They're eight and five. They're 8-5. Can't do that.
he yeah, I love Lamar. I don't
They're
care.
8 and 5. Can't do that.
I mean, I don't care.
Can't be MVP. Can't be a MVP with 8 and 5. You know
Because
that.
it's like, bro, it's the same thing with Hurts, right? Everybody looks at his passing stats. When you look at his rushing stats, he's had over 10 touchdowns on the ground every year.
Right.
That's such a weapon.
That goes underrated for people like Lamar and Hurts for sure.
All right, going into the one I wanted to avoid the most. Dolphins are still a fraud. 29-degree weather, everybody look cold, but Tua. That is an issue. I'm talking the ball boy. I'm talking we had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on the side with Mike McDaniel.
What do you mean, but Tua?
Tua played good. He played very, very good. He played the best in the team.
He
He
played good, but he only scored 3 points in the first half.
mm. And what did the defense
He
do?
he
They
played
let up
good
21.
wait, he played good in garbage time, you mean?
They made it a one-score game. I'm putting that whole game on the defense and the offensive line. No, I'm telling you,
Gotcha.
Tua played good.
Okay, so I feel
Tua
you.
played good.
He wasn't the reason we lost at
Fuck
all.
no.
Right.
The offensive line from the first snap was cold. And bro, Teron Armstead,
Yeah.
best offensive lineman in the league according to PFF. I don't know how much you like that, but
Really?
if I can take that, I'm taking that.
No,
He
that's
let off
huge.
his only two sacks this year in that game. He was getting bullied.
That weather
Everybody on the
boy.
O line was cold, was so cold, and the backups that are playing now, they look terrible. That's why we can't get the run game going. But Tua was not the problem. Yeah, we should have scored more, but also we just looked cold, dude. It was offensive line collapsed, and then the defense
I
looked
mean, when
just as
you're in
cold.
Green Bay and you give up, touchdowns on the first couple drives, it's really hard to come back.
Yeah, they played a lot better than I thought they would. But we did what we had to do was stop the run, and they just kept going on the field after 3 and out, 3 and out. Let's run it up the gut, but It was it. This is a problem now, for real, for real. It's not a Buffalo thing. It's like, yo,
The
this
weather
40
thing,
degree, this 40-degree shit is a real thing. It's a real stereotype now. And I know a lot of those
that
players
shit's been
are
real.
are not from down there, but I saw a stat the other day. Flores was the same problem.
It's
Flores was a
been
hard
real.
ass.
It's been real, bro. It's just I don't know.
But how do you train for that? How do you train for weather when you live in the nicest place in the country?
You need a strong arm quarterback.
Or do you just like make a terrarium, but like for cold and practice in that?
Yeah, I would if I mean on some real technical shit, like if you were really on like the coaching staff, yeah, you'd have to think outside the box. Like I would really like fuck it, we all going out there a month before.
Some shit. I don't know, but it's a problem, man. And we're kind of being we're no, we're not. We're kind of be. We're kind of a lot of our signs are showing that we didn't draft well, and a lot of our money's injured. And I don't know how this year's gonna end. And I love how this offense clicks when it's clicking because to me, when it's clicking, it's the best in the league. I really believe that. But I think depending on the season ends, and I think we need to at least get rid of the GM because the drafting has been super top heavy. The top heavy guys we've obtained, we've let go. Like we're not gonna. And bro, the biggest concern also is Holland. Like what the fuck? He was a top five safety. He's ranked 61st now.
Yeah, this year's been very up and down for him, for sure.
And I mean, I know injuries like that happens, right? But man, it's like we put a lot of money into the wrong things, and maybe not so much wrong things because you want to pay a defensive end and stuff, but he got hurt. We lost a year and a quarter with him now. Like he should not come back this year. We're not in the position for him to risk his body. He's going to be even worse next year. Not because he wants to be or an effort thing, it's because of father time. 32, 33-year-old, defensive end is now coming back from a second major leg injury. Like that shit don't last long. And
Who are
then
you talking
paying
about?
I'm talking about Bradley Chubb.
Mm,
Like he was great last year. Him
he
and
really
Phillips on the
was.
opposing sides were phenomenal, bro. That first chunk of the year when we're 8-3, eight and
So what,
four,
his contract's up this year?
no, we paid him money. He's on his first year of his big
Yeah, nah,
contract.
we gotta at least see him at least a little bit coming back from this injury.
And it's like, damn, now we have over 50 mil in just the receiving area. Like, should we have paid Waddle? Should we have paid
Because
Tyreek
that's when
again?
we went all in. We
I
went
mean, I'm
all
glad we
in.
paid
Even the
Ramsey,
Bradley Chubb signing and all that shit. That was crashing out. That was going all in.
but they
So
had to. Like, they know they had Wilkins. Bro, what really came down to is like, and we talked about this. I don't know if it was on the pod or not. Last year, they put every chip they had into the team because Tua was on a rookie deal and a lot of guys were expiring. So it was either pay or like you're gone next year. And we what nine starters were out by the end of the year. Like, did we just really?
but the reason we haven't reached our full capability is because of Tua's availability. That's the main thing. I know we want to
I don't
blame
know about
the
that.
I know we want to blame injuries. I know we want to blame age, but the reason why we're not directly in the playoffs right now is because Tua went out
Or
for a
is it
game.
because they didn't
No, it's because
they didn't
Tua
have
because
proper people?
our star quarterback keeps missing a quarter of every year.
I mean, he didn't last year, and that was a
So it's like,
Vasquez.
how you expect team success when that happens? Like if Josh Allen misses 4 games a year, it's gonna be super tough for the Bills. If Jalen Hurts misses 4 games a year, it's gonna be super tough. Like that's it. That's
I don't know.
that's
I
the
just think
number
they should
one
have.
problem. That's the number one issue. I mean, yeah, there's
Yeah.
other stuff, but that's it right there.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
Like if Tua would have played all
can't say you're
year, we would
wrong.
not be in this position at all.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. But that I'm talking
And
from a
last
bigger.
year, the year before, whatever year, not even the year before we scored 70 2 years ago. If he would have stayed in all year, we would have been
We
lethal.
did. That was last year. We did. He stayed, bro. He had
Last
an
year he
amazing
was
year.
healthy. Last year he
Yeah,
was healthy.
but it was like there were so many injuries, and last year we had to put everything in. This year we had to take a lot
No,
of
last year he
discounted
came up
guys.
small. No, last year he came up small toward the end of the year and in the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happened.
but bro, I mean that could
Like
have been any team would have been affected by that
you
game.
can't say NFL quarterback most valuable, and then when it comes to the Dolphins, he's the least responsible. Can't do that.
I'm talking more from like a 30,000 feet, not just this year, not just this
Right.
last 2 months.
You talking about the team as a overall.
Yeah, just overall, we missed on a lot of draft picks, and we've paid a lot of the
The
players,
draft
and
this past year was kind of a bust.
I just think because I do like McDaniel, right? I do. That toughness shit is starting to creep in.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
and like I said, I love the offense, but this is kind of the opposite of what Brian Flores was. I
Yeah.
love the defense, and it was top five. Couldn't figure out the offense. Now it's like flipped, and we have injuries and bad drafting. Like, bro, we have a dude. We have uh, um, a third or fourth string linebacker that was on the championship Georgia Bulldogs, and he has not touched the field in 2 years. And then he was a third round pick. We already lost two second round pick corners. They're not on the team anymore. It's
And then
that type of shit.
they go on another team and start balling.
You gotta like. I'm getting to the edge on at least the front office. I'm getting to the edge because
So you're saying not only just the drafting, but also the development.
the development and the people that we are developing and that are really good, we either let them go or they get hurt. It seems like.
I mean, dog, yeah, that sounds like some Miami shit. Like Miami doesn't really feel like a homegrown culture where like a Green Bay is or like a Kansas City. Like you actually grow with them, you build with them. I don't know. Miami's like
Man, and
it's
that's
all
why
about the superstars. You know what I mean? It's very top
it's what's
heavy.
selling. Yeah, exactly. Like get the defensive end, Bradley Chubb. Like he could be a
Yeah, get the
superstar here.
big name signing. That's the problem. That's the problem. And people don't consider that like when you talk about teams, but like the city, the culture, all that matters.
Yeah.
So how much of that game did you think was the Packers just being, one of the top five teams in the league?
I would say, yeah, I would say they're still hovering that. I would say more closer to 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
But I think they sniffed blood right in the beginning. I think I think they smelled that they were cold as fuck and weren't like
Okay. They seen that.
they caught them on their ass. They
They
knocked them in
seen
the
how
head a
much
couple
they was
times.
shivering. They seen how much they was warming up their hands. They're like, oh wait.
They played over physical, and we were just like, whoa, 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 and they stomped on our throat. I mean, from the punt fumble when it was windy and the ball moved at the last second. I don't put that on Malik, but I know a lot of people say he can't catch whatever. The ball moved at the last second because it was windy and it was flurries, it
Yeah.
was all that, and it was just like, oh shit, like if this is how today's gonna go, and at least the first quarter and a half started out like that, and
Yeah,
we
no,
woke
bro,
up.
if you get down
Can't
big
do
at
that.
Lambeau
Yeah, you can't.
in the winter,
You can't.
it's night night, buddy.
They have too many weapons. Like Jordan
Hey, and
Love's really good. Josh Jacobs is really good.
the reason why Green Bay has elevated this year, obviously we got to give it to Josh Jacobs, but the reason why they've elevated recently and this recent like little spree they've gone on, Christian Watson's back and he's healthy. And he's a really big playmaker. So that's another weapon that he's got acquired. He's been playing all year, but like I said, he's actually fully healthy now. So keep an eye on him.
Moving on to the last topic for the NFL. Russell's starting to cook again. I know a couple weeks ago that you said, Pittsburgh wasn't a contender. How you feeling now?
They still not.
Mm,
I have to take his performance, Pittsburgh performance against Cincinnati with a grain of salt because it's Cincinnati. Everyone balls versus them.
Yeah, their defense is really bad.
If
Really
me or
bad.
you play Cincinnati, we at least putting up 200. at least. But Russell Wilson did look great out there. That's the best I've seen him look all year. That's the best I've seen him look in a few years. He was dynamic. He was letting go of the ball quick. He was decisive. Obviously he doesn't have that athleticism, but he really, displayed like a lot of high IQ and being able to balance out his play with that. So I thought he played great, and he's really opened up the offense. Yo, great coaching move by Mike Tomlin. I admit it. I was wrong. I was one of the guys that said Justin Fields should have stayed. No, he shouldn't have. No, he
Well,
shouldn't have.
do you like how they use him? Is like they put him in for options and stuff?
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. But Russell Wilson has really opened this offense. Like they're scoring 30 plus each game. Like Justin Fields couldn't score 30 with his offense in his dreams. So
Yeah, Russ has definitely made their offense like shoot. It was kind of like two dimensional with Fields, but it was like now it's 4D. They have the
yeah,
deep
for sure.
ball. He's accurate.
He's
Um,
unlocked Pickens. He's unlocked Muth.
fire, yeah, move. So they're way more dynamic.
Yeah.
They're way more dynamic, and Najee Harris, and damn, I'm drawing a blank on the other back's name. They're
Warren,
they're
TJ
they're a good
Warren.
team, and their defense. I'm the with that game, I was so surprised that the Bengals still had a chance at the end to
Yo,
score.
this is crazy, bro. This Bengals is one of the better offenses
Yo,
you're gonna
yeah,
see.
hmm
Like that offense is one of the best offenses in the league, and it just sucks that it's going away because the defense, is atrocious, and so probably is the coaching. So
yeah. I think they're probably gonna reset if I'm like they're 4-8, bro. That they just dropped 38. They're not a 4-8 team, but the defense is a 4-8 team.
yeah, Bengals. I think what y'all got to do, get rid of the coach, sign Jamar Chase, get rid of Higgins, and then get a big player on defense, big time signing. I don't know who.
Everybody but Hendrickson is fucking booty on that defense.
I
Because
like I
Hendricks.
like Taylor Britt. He's lit.
Oh, okay, yeah, but
He's lit. He makes a few big plays, but just as a whole unit, um, yeah, man, they lay all down that offense crazy. Like that offense scores at least 30 every game, and they always lose. What the fuck? I never seen that.
all right. I want to jump into the NBA real quick, and the only thing I want to really get into is I've had a come to Jesus moment with the Miami Heat.
Oh my God. Yo, I know I've felt this lingering for quite some time.
I know you have. I know.
Maybe like this season, I would
hmm
say I felt it, this realization going on. So what's
Well,
going
because
on? Talk to me.
all right, you know how much I love my Heat. Shout out 2012, this side, 2013, '06 boys. You already know. I've always believed in them, especially when our 2020-ish battle with the Celtics back and forth every year, playing them in the playoffs, real beef. The Celtics have won it. The Celtics have won that beef, and every Heat fan has to put out the flame to that. You have to. It's done. They're the superior team. They've been the last 2 years the superior team. We've had a big brother approach them and kick their ass. They've kicked ours. It's been really fun, right?
Great rivalry.
But the problem is now the nucleus that they keep trying to keep together is either too old, too small, or just not enough. And I'm talking about Jimmy, I'm talking about here, and I'm talking about Bam. That's the nucleus. We keep it together. A nucleus I love, and Jimmy will forever be one of my favorite Heatles.
This is hurting me. Like this is crazy. Keep
Bam
going.
will forever be one of my favorite Heat players of all time. As soon as they drafted him 13th, I knew he was going to be the next one, and he is. Top 10 defensive player in the league, arguably top five. His offense has come and go, and it's been frustrating, but everything runs through him all the time. The pieces they put around them have either been too small, not there, or go into shooting slumps at the end of the season, like always. Draft has been okay, B plus at best the last couple years. We've gotten good players, not great players. The league is so good now that this team should be good, but we're at best mediocre. Again, We can't keep going into the playoffs around 500 and then hoping that we're gonna smack some team in 7 games 4 times because we did it twice and we got pounced at the end where it really needed to be. And I'm sorry to say, but everybody on this team right now should be expendable, and there needs to be a reset. I love Pat Riley. I told you that the other day or a couple weeks ago. Like that's one guy that I admire from a business standpoint, how he carries himself to what he did to the game of basketball for the game of basketball. And I think what needs to happen is we need someone step in like Spo, someone real deal, because they can't hand this franchise just to somebody, especially if they're Pat Riley. And Pat Riley got money in this team. He's got bread invested. They need to bring someone in and do a whole reboot. It's just what it is, man. I'm at that point because we can't keep doing this.
When
And
did the
you know how long it took me to get to this point. Because you already know how I am unsufferable every year.
how many years have I been telling you how I've been saying exactly what you just said to me?
Yeah, it's been a couple years. But when we're going to the finals, I mean,
No, I told
how many
y'all.
other teams are going to the finals?
I told you. I told you. I told you. When did the Nuggets win the finals? 2022, right?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Hmm.
That was when the Heat had the most Cinderella story triumphant run
Yeah.
with straight bums. Outside of Jimmy, Hero, and Bam, straight bums. G League players that
Well, Hero wasn't even there.
overexceeded G League players, undrafted at that, that overexceeded, went on this magical run, ended up getting contracts, and then disappeared off the face of the earth. But
Struz
this
hasn't,
has
but
been
yeah.
happening since Kendrick Nunn and them boys, which was around 2020. The same thing happened. I've been telling y'all. So
Before that, bro. Before
as
that.
a fan, you get
James
you
Johnson, Dion Waiters, like yeah.
those are bums.
I know, and they all came to the Heat, got really good, and got paid, and then disappeared.
So what I'm saying is y'all like the fans have gotten this illusion, heat culture. So we think that we can pick up anyone off the street, put him in a Heat jersey, and just because of Heat culture and Jimmy Butler, we gonna make it. That's not how it works in today's NBA. Like Tyler said, too talented, and I've been saying this for a long ass time. Who's the GM? Pat Riley, too old. Needs something else because the fact that we haven't had a dope, big free agent signing, even bigger than Butler. We could have had people bigger and better than Butler, if not someone at his level, alongside him. So, yeah, this is this. We get to this point. We get to this exact point.
I
So
also
what
think
you saying?
some,
Blow the whole thing up?
yeah, yeah. I don't know if
Gotta
maybe
keep
hold on to
Bam.
Bam, but
Gotta keep Bam.
Bam's the centerpiece. Like
Butler, thank you. I love you.
yo, I
Hey,
love Jimmy Butler forever, forever,
hey. It's deep. It's deep with you,
forever.
fam. Pause.
Yeah, I love
Pause.
Jimmy forever, but
Hero, we cool. Hey, hero, we cool. It ain't love like it's on some crazy shit. Like I'll see you, I'll dap you up, but it ain't. It's cool.
no, no, he's a professional scorer, but that's about it.
Nah, I should have got rid of his ass years ago. When his fucking right after that bubble when his shit was peak and we could have got a crazy superstar. It's cool though.
Yeah, so I think we should really start thinking about blowing it up. And
I mean, I know you hear
I
Butler's
hate
names in
it.
them
I
trade
hate it.
rumors.
I hate it.
I know you hear Butler's names in them trade rumors.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he didn't sign a new contract.
Not this year. He won't go nowhere this year, but next year some moves for sure have to be
No,
made.
no, this will be the year because he was supposed to sign a new contract for an extension. So if they do trade him, they want to get anything for him, it's this year
I
because then
don't
he's going to be a free agent.
I don't think he'll get traded. I think they'll just let him walk. Just respect.
I don't know. No, I don't think so at all. I think they hate
We
Jimmy.
not
What
the
do you want
type
to
to
do?
really trade though.
but
If
it's gonna
you
be like
the
they'll bring
Heat
him,
never really trade like that.
but they're not gonna want to lose such a valuable asset and get nothing because, like you said, free agents aren't coming.
They're
Why aren't they
probably
coming? Because fucking another team will pay them the highest in the league.
no, it's because the GM, someone's being cheap. It's probably Pat Riley. Same exact reason why fucking D Wade left that first time.
Yeah, I think Pat Riley learned
Because
from
fam,
that. I
it
think he
ain't it
learned
ain't
from that.
it ain't the coaching, Hall of Fame coach. It ain't the culture, great culture, and it ain't the city. It ain't the weather. It ain't the woman.
Bro, they're paying Jimmy right now over 50. They're paying Bam
Only
over
person left
50.
is the GM.
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't got to
Um,
run through the list of available superstars throughout the years.
all right. Well, just last year, Bradley Beal. I didn't want Bradley Beal. Did you want to pay him 60? Hell no. Hell no. You
Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell,
the Mitchell thing was a miss because
Bradley Beal,
he even
Donovan
thought he was
Mitchell,
going to the Heat. He even
Kevin
said he was going to the Heat
Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. These were all names that were available and were interested. Like they had Miami on their list.
on their list.
And we couldn't get just one. Please, just one of them. Nah, we good. We got Hero, Butler, Bam, and Culture.
And Dame. But yo, I really think GM's
Oh,
feeling anti Heat thing though. I really
and
believe that.
Dame, bruh.
I really believe that.
So, yeah, something must have happened. I think the league still might be mad at us about the big three thing.
That's what I think it is. The league, everybody's just like fuck the Heat.
You might be on to something for real, for real.
I really believe that. Or like fuck Pat Riley. Like I think that really happens.
He might be really moving like on some strong hand shit behind the scenes. You never know.
Whatever, man. Last thing on the NBA, I don't know if you saw. I think it was today or yesterday. Zion Williamson. Just he's just like happily just out horny. It's crazy
Out horny and out of shape
and not playing at all again.
and
I
getting
love
paid.
I love Zion, but I sold all my stock. I'm done with him.
Oh, I sold that shit quicker than I sold my crypto, and I ain't even buy crypto.
I'm
I
done with
sold that
that.
shit quicker than an NFT in 2024, fam.
Okay, all right. So for anybody that has not seen, the girl on the Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul, one of the ring girls that got very famous off of it, he slid into her comments and said, "Hey, shorty, check your DM." Right?
Oh, my boy shooting in the comments.
Yo, he's shooting his shot. Yo, he can't shoot on the court, so he's shooting a shot in the comments. And she
Oh, he
tried him pretty
brave.
much, but like just being that openly like, yo,
And
what
she
up?
like exposed them and shit.
She just clapped back at him and just kind of called him a goofy ball, you know. Not like that, but she was just like she tried him, she pied him. Shout out our generation.
Damn.
Yeah, but I just think it's like so funny, like, damn, Zion, like you got some business out here and you just be fucking. That's what it is.
And he
I don't
be
be
like
playing, so I
some,
gotta do something.
and he be fucking with some ratchet shit too.
Hey man. I mean he's got the bread, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
bro. I don't.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
that shit. Like I sold my stock. Like I got way more faith in John Morant now than
Oh hell yeah.
Zion Williamson. Shout out Ja. He been killing it
That
this
one
year.
year with that the Duke, the high school shit, and the one year where he was like 60%, he made all-star team. He made, if I'm not mistaken, he made all NBA. He was a phenomenal that year.
He
But
was.
that was like
And still, bro,
it's like a
like
pipe dream.
the crazy thing is athletically, the peak of his life career was high school.
I don't know. Some of those like early
No, the
Zion where he was
man
like
was
power
jumping.
and athletic. Like now he's a little bit more grounded, but he's still crazy athletic.
No, that high school Zion, I've never seen. Not even Braun. High
He was,
school Zion, bro. If y'all haven't seen it, high school Zion Williamson, hey, I don't give
oh,
a
where you
fuck
been
who
then?
you
Should
are.
be
Hey,
under a
people,
rock.
I don't give a fuck. And they never bring his name up when they talk about like great high school mixtapes. I don't know why. I think people just consider like great high school mixtapes like crossovers, jump shots.
Dunk
I don't
teacher.
know, but that Zion Williamson high school mixtape, brother.
But yeah, it's just openly horny, which is hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
Last thing we want to get into, Kendrick dropped a new album last week, 2 weeks ago.
So
G
Kendrick did it.
GNX, Dixon. Just wanted to see your feedback. What was your review? I've only listened to it twice.
Tell me,
Uh,
you tell me, you tell me. What you thinking?
I like I said twice. My biggest thing on albums is like I need for it to marinate and how it is over time to
Yes,
really
sir.
give to give like a full like this is what I think of the album. But like after the first two listens, I thought it was pretty good. Um, there were some things I didn't like. I'm not really a big fan of like the West Coast sound, but I thought
Perfectly
it
normal.
yeah, but I thought it was like I thought of some of the beats were really good. I liked how he threw a lot of the oldies in there and kind of made made something off of that. I thought the bars were pretty good. I didn't think anything was like outrageous, but like I said, after a couple more listens, I'm sure I'll catch a lot more. You know what I mean? Because just like watching a movie a couple times, you catch more things every time. And with
Yeah.
With the Kendrick album specifically, you have to absorb that album a couple times to really understand
You
it.
got to do your research, actually.
You gotta really dig in, and I mean, just going off of Damn, right? Like it's a story. The whole album's a story from front to
Yeah.
back, back to front. It's two different stories. So it's like you gotta really dig into Kendrick. But like I said, after first two, I thought there was some really good songs, and um, I think as time goes on, I'm gonna like it even more.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
But
But
as of right now, I would say it's a very good album. I'm not gonna say great or excellent. I'm gonna say it's a very good album.
yeah, nah, and
Yeah.
I think that's pretty spot on with, my assessment of the album and people's experience, like especially listening to it in the beginning. Uh, we East Coast down south people, so the West Coast sound is not our sound. It's not something that's like we're gonna gravitate toward, but I appreciate him doing it. I appreciate him stepping out on a limb and going that direction and changing his sound and going in that direction. The production is top tier. Like those
Oh,
West Coast
it's
beats go
incredible. Yeah.
dumb. They go
Yeah.
crazy. And the reason why you think like lyrically is not saying that much is because the way he's flowing and the beat is like so like chill and like fun. That's like the lyrics is like almost the third thing that's really, going on. But tap in. He's really going absolutely crazy on the
No, I'm not saying he's not.
like
It's just like I know
punchline after punchline after punchline. No, because I thought the same thing at first too. It's not something like you sat there and you were like, "Oh, whoa, holy shit!" or he just killed that verse. But then you, some of those catchy ass songs, you're like, "Oh wait, let me actually hear what he's saying." You're like,
right.
"Oh shit!" Like even the hype song, like the turn the TV
Squabble up.
off.
Oh, okay.
The TV off. I think that's the real single off the album. Like I know Squabble Up was the lead single, but I think the real single is TV off. That's the real one. That's the Not Like Us Part Two with Mustard. And like that song, for example, he's really spitting some crazy shit. It just doesn't seem like it because it's just such a vibey song.
So how many like how deep have you dug into this album?
Just I would say today I've really started to dig deep.
Okay.
Like before today, I was just listening to it, doing my own like assessment. But today, I actually started to like research
Okay.
and like try to really understand what's going on.
Well, after the first few listens, like where would you put it in his discography?
I don't think it's better than Mr. Morale, but that's me. I would put it. I still don't got it better than Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I really enjoy the album. Personally, I would just like more introspective type music. So I would say I don't know, I'd put it like let's say if there's a top five, I'd put it like more toward the fifth spot
Okay.
on that end for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's people ask me like what do I think? I think like my classification of it is like a dark, funky West Coast type of music. There is still like one or two like Kendrick special songs on there, which is like Man at the Garden, Reincarnation. But a lot of those is like that West Coast Bob and like party music, so it was just really cool to see how he did that. But when he does like the special thing like on Reincarnation, that's when you really see the genius.
What's your thoughts on that Drake lawsuit?
That's some whole shit. Um they're gonna disguise it like it's for the betterment of musicians. And yeah, it could be, but the reason that he's doing it is because he's getting his ass whooped. And that's really, one of his final resorts. Um, he's suing for two things, for bots and for defamation of character. Both things that he's benefited off of in the past. So
But he's not suing Kendrick though. You
I
know.
know he's suing like the record label, but same thing.
Mm, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like
I know,
it's
I
like
know.
it's like me suing your mom. You would be like, "Yo, you're suing me." No, I'm not. I'm suing your mom.
Right, right. No, I know, but it's because of like, Kendrick's actions, I guess you could say, that all of this happened.
Possibly, but I looked at it more from like a business aspect for him, for him,
But
them.
that's like some shit you just gotta charge it to the game. Like if it's some shit you benefit off of, you use, everyone else uses. When it happens to you, don't cry about it. Don't
I
make a
think
big deal about it. Like, bro, we all play by these rules.
no, yeah. So you're talking about like more of the rap. I'm talking more of like that his own or the own record label pushing for his downfall in a sense. The
Okay, you're
the
saying in that sense.
Yeah, like pushing for Drake's not maybe not downfall because maybe there's other shit going on behind the deal. Because I think of it like I know Michael Jackson owned a bunch of music, right?
Yeah.
And that was another big reason why like he was in lawsuits with the record companies because he had so much rights and publishing
He
rights
had
to
a
so
lot of
much
the
music.
Beatles catalog and shit like that.
Yeah, and I know Drake has a bunch of that shit too. Like I know there's someone famous that owns like all of Elvis's music, right? Why doesn't his family own it? No, it's a whole publishing thing. So I think that has a lot to do with it. What exactly? I don't know. I don't really care to dig in that much, but I think it has something to do with it.
All right, so on this subject specifically, I'm very well read and researched on.
Okay.
So I think what you're saying still could be, none of this is concrete,
Yeah, of course.
but the defamation of character, yeah, I feel that. I feel that like if they're trying to push that and it's probably like a hidden agenda, right? Um I think in terms of like you said something that was too crazy or too foul, that's some bullshit. It's a rap battle. There's no rules. You can say whatever about the other person. If you're tripping because you see a company is pushing that, I get that. You know what? I actually see that. I actually respect that. But this goes back to what was going on during the battle, what was going on during when Rick Ross was going at him, when all these people were going at him. The whole record industry went against Drake.
Yeah. I,
Yeah, and I think, this is just the continuation of that. Like it's not just artists going against Drake, it's whole ass labels, it's whole ass executives, like they're going against him. And I think it's a combination of reasons. I think one of the reasons is he got so big that he thought that he was bigger than the system.
I mean, yo, even after what happened this past summer, I saw today he was the biggest listened to artist this year.
For sure.
He
He got
lost the
so big,
biggest rap battle, but still was the most listened.
he got so big that he thought that he was bigger than the system, but he's not.
Mm,
LeBron James is not bigger than the NBA. He's not. They're gonna do just fine after he leaves. They were just doing just fine before him. Same thing with hip hop, same thing with music. Yeah, these guys are game changers. These guys are legends. These guys are goats. but no man is ever bigger than the system. So I think part of it is they're giving him a hard ass like learning on that, a little pow pow, maybe more than that. And also they say like on the artist side, on the exec side, Drake's just been moving like a slime ball all these years. They say Drake's been moving like a
Hey, I know
complete
that.
slime ball behind the scenes all these years. Like these guys are all coworkers, right? You
So,
know,
what kind of slime ball behavior are we talking?
these guys are
It's
all
like getting with.
these guys
Oh,
are all coworkers, right? So let's say someone you work with, let's say y'all get into a little, tiff or y'all got a little disagreement. He's gonna purposely go and smash your girl or wife
mm.
to get at you.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if
some dude. That's
y'all,
some evil
even if
shit.
y'all in a professional working relationship or homeboys, that's one thing. You
That's
do
some.
that to
That's demon time. Yeah.
that's bro, that's crazy. And you do that to multiple people throughout. Also, I heard another thing that he's like one of these people that's like every time he see you, he'll be like, yo, gotta link up, gotta do a song, I got you. I'm gonna do a verse for you, I'm gonna do it. And you get all hype, you start, telling people, and then every time he sees you, he's gonna say that same exact thing. But it's never actually gonna happen.
Mm. Yikes.
One of those, like, I'm like, damn, that's the worst type of person because like I'd rather someone just be a dick in my face and be like, nah, that shit ain't never happening. But
Yeah.
someone that's like fake or like a snake type. I heard also, other shit, just like they were like, trying to like stranglehold like new artists, like whenever Drake did a feature for them, instead of actually looking out and like giving them like appropriate splits, it would be like 95-5.
Mm.
And they would like bully them, like, nah, like if it ain't this, then you're not getting the favor. And the song's already recorded and all that. So
Mm.
just little shit like that, bro. You move like that throughout the years. You build up an ego, you build up this empire, and it's just like one man versus system, and it's a great war because this man is almost as big as the system. He is a giant, a titan.
You got anything else to add to today's episode, my man?
Nah, man, thought it was gonna be a short one, but
It never is. We always go in like, yeah, it's gonna be a couple minutes. It's like 2 hours later. But all right, man. Have a good night, man. Everybody like, subscribe, comment. You know the vibes. Dixon, I'm gonna holla at you, bro.
hey, for sure, bro.